Yeah.
We're gonna free up our suspension.
Yeah, that had quite a few hard miles on it.
He got baptized by a street car.
What you working on now?
We are making some changes to the old Falcon suspension. We plotted it out using 10 soldiers 4-link calculator, and we were about 133% anti-squat, and we want to get to around 110-ish because it's crushing the tire really hard, and it's not doing that great out the back. And if you take some anti-squat away from it, I think it'll do way better over bumps. And we're really trying to get ready for War in the Woods, and War in the Woods is pretty bumpy.
Starting line's really good.
Starting line's really good too. We want to take a little pressure off the tire early, and then let it roll back on the tire, as opposed to like being on its tiptoes down track and kind of driving funny. We found pretty good success squatting the Nova a little bit, and at 110%. This thing should plant just a little and then squat the rest of the way down the track a little bit, or just stay neutral.
Center, what was our previous numbers before you were about, well, what are they at right now and what are we about to change them to?
Alright, so our numbers were right there. That's what it was before. And then if we move the bottom bar up on the rear end 1 hole, we'll be right there. So our instant center length is longer. It gives you more leverage for better traction down track, and your height goes down, so it makes it harder to wheelie. So the higher your instant center is, the more prone you are to wheelies. The lower it is, the less prone you are to wheelies.
That's great. It's literally, that solves like all the things I struggle with.
Yeah, I wish we could get this a little lower, but it's hard with your short upper bar where it is. If the bar on the upper was a little longer, it'd be easier. But this should work pretty damn good. I'm excited.
And it might still work good enough on shit starting lines too.
Yeah, we just have to take it out and test it.
I think that's a good chunk, a good swing.
Yeah.
Where we're not like going way too far out of what we were doing.
Yeah, because I mean last year, you probably still see where it was, but it was here. So we've moved up 2 holes now. So last year we moved up. Now we're moving up again. The more power we make, we just keep going up to keep the wheelies under control and make it drive better. So it's gotten better every time we've changed it. So hopefully this is the same result.
Bar angle adjustments, as we covered. We're trying a bunch of new stuff. We're doing a complete different, like everything that we're doing is different compared to what I'm used to. All my shock settings are different. We're letting it squat, and hopefully it's more controllable. Hopefully we don't have trouble power wheeling. I'm excited. Billy did this on the Nova a long time ago, and it made it much more controllable. Instant center is a little longer, so it should be better.
Longer and lower.
Longer and lower, that's what he said.
Should be better for front side.
This is something I've wanted to try for a long time, and I'm glad that we finally get to test it. Hopefully it's a little more controllable.
We got to a point for a long time where we never wanted to change it because it was winning.
Right.
But now that it's not winning, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
Man, we got to make changes.
Yeah. What we're really doing is testing for War in the Woods coming up next weekend. This track should be pretty close to what War in the Woods is going to be. It's going to be real hot probably and greasy, and it's kind of what this is today. But hopefully we can go 480s or bust today when the sun goes down. So Those are the golds. That was nice. I like that a lot. That was really nice. They could have took more too, way more. I mean, that was awesome. That was the smoothest pass I've made in a long time. That was the smoothest pass I've made in a long time.
That looked really, really good.
It can take so much more. I mean,
It looked good.
yeah, it felt so good. Like,
I know it had to have felt good because you pulled the chute.
well, I did that just because I want to get it dried out for warm the woods.
Yeah,
143, calmest pass ever.
perfect.
I mean, it felt slow, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
It didn't feel all over the place. Like, I've had 540 passes that felt faster than that.
Yep.
So it was just comfortable and smooth and drove the best I've ever had in a long time. It's ready for so much more. Like,
Oh yeah.
just lazy.
Time to turn it up. Bring that shit in all by one second.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna take it too. It didn't even feel like it was getting ready to power wheelie or nothing.
Nah.
I mean, it's good to go. That should have been only like 28 pounds.
Yep.
So she's ready for more. 5.0000000 126 60 foot, 145.
Dude, that thing can take so much more. We just need to get it to 60 foot.
It actually shook the tire at about 100 feet.
Yeah.
Just vibrated a little bit. If we did that with the old bar angles, it would have been completely out of control.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better. I think it can almost stand to be a little more squat. I think we'll rock these for a while and see how it goes. We need to go ahead and put more in it and see what it does.
Yep.
126 60 foot.
There's a lot to be had.
That matches my personal best. Where we need to be better is our middle,
Yeah.
I feel like. But yeah, we'll get there.
More power.
So I did eventually mention to Billy the little hiccup at the finish line that you guys probably heard in the GoPro clip. So we looked at the data log together to see what was going on there, and it was about what I expected. It sounded like the same thing that happened at K in Columbus, where we were having a fuel pressure drop, which is scary. You know, we don't want to do what we did again the last time. Billy's theory was that it was time for the pre-pump filter to be gone and that it wasn't necessary and it was actually a restriction. So we decided to go ahead and take the element out of the filter, make one more pass to see if it would do it again, and we turned up the 60 foot a little more, trying to make a new personal best.
break up. So 125, 60 foot. So it had some wheel slip.
I think if you had pulled timing at 0.4 just a little bit to catch it, it probably
Yeah,
would
but
have gone.
we just
It's
why we're
vibrating.
testing.
It's vibrating, so I'd like to put it on a Mickey and try it. That was still his best 60 foot.
Was it really?
Coming back in it to make sure that the fuel pressure wasn't going to do anything stupid, and it seemed to be clean. So
I think probably gonna, if you're gonna get that aggressive, I think it's probably gonna have to have Mickey's on it.
the thing is, though, is with with those bar angles, trying to go that 60 foot with the Mickeys, I was having a hell of a time last year going in the woods, but I think now it's going to do really well, and it won't power wheelie.
Yeah.
I don't think it has a choice but to just leave. Like, it can leave hard, and I can bring the power in, and it's just digging. It's not power wheeling. So
I know you're still learned a lot.
we learned a lot, and I got some really good first and second rounds doing that.
And we know the car is going to go straight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We'll load the log and then put fresh Mickeys on this bitch. We'll be going a low 260 foot. Because that's a 125 spinning and shaking. You can already tell the car drives better.
We would not be able to do anything we just did with the old bar angles.
No way, that'd shake worse.
We learned things. That's been a long time coming of us talking about it and never actually doing it. You know, we get so stagnant with the car working so well.
That's the fastest it's been this year, right?
500 was the fastest this year. I don't know if we talked about it, but so after the second pass, we heard it hiccup right at the finish line, and we had some fuel pressure issues again, just like at King of Columbus. Just right at the end, it's like it's sucking air, and Billy ended up taking the filter out of the pre-filter, or the element out of the pre-filter.
Yeah. I had talked to alky diggers about doing it. We hadn't seen any issues since we put the new pump on, but it was in the back of my head to go ahead and take the pre-filter off because it could have a flow problem getting to the pump fast enough. So we did that, and we're going to check the log and see what the fuel pressure was that time. He ran it out a little farther just to make sure that it wasn't going to hiccup again. All right, guys, we're working here in the shop today. It is a few days before War in the Woods, and I got a wild hair up my ass, apparently, because I'm literally changing everything under the back of this truck.
Literally.
It's been bothering me for a while because every time you put it on the lift, the truck creaks and it bounces like in the back while you're lowering it down. It literally go like this. You're lowering the truck down, you know? So obviously something was bound up, and we found this bushing for the front leaf spring eyelet was seized up.
Yeah, you can't even, it doesn't move at all through here. It should slide freely.
These cow tracks have had a lot of miles on them. I mean, they've probably been on there for at least 8 years, and they've seen a lot of abuse, a lot of street miles, a lot of trailer miles, and it's time to put some new cow tracks under it. But I've also got some split mono leafs that I picked up from Jegs. They were in stock, and I want to try them. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I've just never tried them because the stock ones always worked. And if they don't work, I can always put the stock ones back on. There's no issue with doing that. It doesn't take very long. So we're going to try it out. It's probably going to lower the rear of the truck a little bit, which I kind of like anyways because the front's lower now. And it'd be awesome if the back matched. So I think it would look better and hopefully perform better. We'll see. We're still going to run our drop blocks in the rear. I think those help a lot. So we'll see. Oh my God. I have to hit those with some penetrating oil.
Yeah.
Those have been on there since '88, buddy.
Stock leaf springs.
You can see the bushings aren't in very good shape.
Yeah.
We're
Those
gonna
had,
free up our suspension.
yeah, that had quite a few hard miles on it.
See, back in the day when I didn't know a lot about suspension, I would have said, man, don't change it, it just works. But now I know it can be better. Like, when things are free, it will work better.
Yep.
And I got nothing to lose. It's not like we're at the top of the game anymore. Everybody's advanced.
Yeah.
So Why not?
Literally had to cut that bolt out of it because it's, again, seized inside of that.
Yeah.
You can see where it split it right there.
Yeah, so this isn't even moving anymore. It's just moving the rubber, probably.
Yeah, it just spins
Around
inside.
it.
Yeah, just spins inside of the leaf spring there.
A lot of people go to sliders. I'm not going to do that yet, but start with new leaf springs, new bushings. We'll see what that does.
Yeah, there you go.
Lubing it up, Steve.
I'm lubing it up.
It's the most action you've seen in a while.
Sadly.
I'm right there with you, buddy. My girlfriend doesn't want to have another kid anytime soon.
Yeah.
She's scared to death.
You're prone for that, I guess.
All right, so we got our new Caltrax on. We just gotta change this to the top hole, put our bar on. These are new, these are greasable fittings. Greasable heim joints. It's kind of nice. We left these stock because I don't want to get into cutting these out today. I might try sliders on it eventually, but for now, this is a huge upgrade. Lordy, that thing sure does look good. That low. We have a slight problem though. I'll show you guys when we raise it up here in a second. So the anti-roll bar is hitting the rear end housing. Now, I think I can get around it by cutting the tabs off and moving it up. We're gonna try it.
You got any scissors out here?
All right, Bucko, so show us what you got here.
So we made a pattern with a piece of cardboard off your original brackets.
So we don't have time to order new brackets.
Yeah, that's too much slow snail mail. So we grabbed this hunk of scrap iron. Scrap, look at that. Your dad says it's useless. But here I see our brand new mounts that we can't get right today. Just like that, within an hour. Free. Free. He didn't even pay for that. That's out of my scrap pile. So that's actually my piece of scrap. It's a beautiful thing. I can probably make them fit better than the ones they sell. But I'm gonna go get my air compressor so we can operate the plasma. And then we're gonna get these cut out, trimmed up, and then we'll get them welded in and get your bar moved up.
Cool.
Ready for your one lunger special?
Ta-da!
A little bit of cleaning on it, but you got here and you soak it in the methanol.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know you got balls.
Or no feeling in your fingertips.
Well, there's that too.
What's up, baby?
Well, how you doing?
Tires.
We're gonna
I'm
play
good.
some basketball, or we're gonna do work on cars that day?
Well, if we win this weekend, we can go play basketball. So we got to start rewarding ourselves.
We gotta go play Sunday. Sunday's the
Yeah,
day.
we can't play basketball if we suck this weekend. So that's our incentive to not suck. Truck ready to go?
I just gotta set the anti-roll bar, set the Caltrax, but I need to be sitting in it, have somebody under it to do that.
So you took all the stock stuff off.
Yeah.
This is legendary shit here. You know how many races this has won?
Where's that Oh, here's the bushing that was seized. So this bushing was in the front and it was completely seized up. You can't move it at all. So that doesn't allow, because this is press fit into the leaf spring. If this can't move, none of it can really move freely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a miracle it worked as good as it did.
So you
watch, I'll put all this new shit on it. It'll be like, fuck you, I
Probably.
suck. And then I'll put all this shit back on it.
You needed new CalTrack bars and everything, but
It wasn't free at all. It was all bound up. You'd set it down off the lift and it would just go creak, 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 creak.
It will be interesting to see though how the split monos affect it.
You can literally see where, because this is seized and this is supposed to move inside of this,
Mhm.
you can literally see the grooves in this because it was spinning
That's
inside
wild.
here. That's why it kept like breaking loose. Like this was spinning inside of that, and it's not supposed to.
Wow.
Not to mention the back bushings are seized up too.
Yeah.
So that doesn't. Everything was seized. Everything.
How was it even working?
I don't know.
How long do you think it's been like that?
A couple years.
A couple years.
That's when I started noticing it creaking.
Yeah, when you put it on the rack to change tires or anything, it would do that every time.
You couldn't even bounce it up and down. It was just stiff. It had enough to get it that half inch of separation it needed, and that was all it needed. But I feel like going over bumps and stuff where the truck has to react real fast, the suspension, and it's not necessarily under as much load as a launch, that's where it's going to not follow the track as well because the suspension's bound up.
Yeah.
We're thinking that it's going to take a little bit out of the hit and it's going to work way better out the back.
Hopefully it does better on the shifts now.
Look how good that thing looks.
Yeah, so it's sitting lower now in the back, huh? If you actually got a little squat to it.
So what?
It's actually pretty level.
What happened the first time when it had the lowering blocks in it and the mono leaves? It laid on top of the anti-roll bar, and then when we took the anti-roll bar out and put it back on the ground, it literally was touching tire on the truck or the.
Yeah, so I had to have Jeff go and cut like 1.5 inches out of my blocks because that 2-inch drop was a little more than 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting pretty level now. The wheel gap's even both sides. The only thing I'm concerned about is the lower bar angle on the CalTrax is like level now.
Mm-hmm.
So I may end up getting some different rear brackets. That way I can lower the rear.
I've seen those in Nicky Bobby brackets. And I've been curious how
still
those.
makes those.
I was looking at them the other day. I was looking to see how they work. He still has them.
Yeah. If it don't work this weekend, I'm definitely gonna put those on. I'm not just.
But dude, I bet it actually works really good with that on front sides.
It should.
So pretty. It'll only be that clean once. Alrighty. Any final conclusions?
Just a lot of unknown with this thing, but I mean, I got nothing to lose. I didn't plan on taking this thing anyways, so if it does better like this, that's great. If it don't, it is what it is. But we got to keep making changes and trying to get faster. So that's what we're doing. See you guys at War in the Woods. We're gonna turn it up and turn them loose. Alright guys, it's finally time to give away our 1979 pace car. It's got a 347 small block Ford, built to handle 1,000 horsepower, level 5 T56 transmission. It's got full exhaust, air conditioning that'll freeze you out, perfect little street car. So this will be our third giveaway that we've done. The first 2 were amazing. Congrats man, you won the Mustang.
Oh shit. Badass.
The last guy that won the Sub-Zero truck, he's now out racing his truck and he's made a new channel and it's an awesome thing to see. I can't wait to see who wins this one. So the giveaway starts now. We got a bunch of new cool stuff on the website, 2 new designs featuring the pace car that are absolutely sick. Every dollar spent on the website gets you entered to win this thing.